I want to see who are the people that are fast out of the blocks. Because tonight we're going to be discussing, has COVID-19, coronavirus, or maybe even the lockdown, who knows who is responsible for this? Has it destroyed the property market? Is this true or is it false? But the first thing I want to do, first of all, just comment so I know you're on here. Yeah, give us some reaction, smiley face. I think you can hug people now. Start sharing this everywhere. Let me see who the brave people are. You know, brave people are the sharers. Yeah, because isn't it tough, Trisha? Don't you think it's a bit strange for like, hey, maybe like people might judge me, or they might think I'm weird if I start sharing stuff, and then people are like, oh, well, I must be associated to. I mean, what is that thing? What is that whole?
I know, yeah, it's the fear of judgment, because they think that, you know, people don't agree with it, or that people aren't interested. So they think if I share it, then they feel like I'm forcing them to do it. I remember when we were first starting out doing what we were doing. Oh, when we first started doing videos and lives and stuff, and everyone was just like, what are you doing? And I was just like, oh, I'm just sharing my journey, and I'm starting in property, and I just want people to know how it's going, and, you know, my challenges and my celebrations. And people are like, but like, no, I'm not interested. And it's like, okay, then, well, that's fine.
Yeah, but why don't people like, okay, that's you doing it yourself. But I'm saying this ain't even you doing the video. I'm just saying, how about you share it to someone else? Like, are you going to comment? Are you going to share? Are you going to like? You know, what if someone sees that I like something? Hey, either way, you're either one of those secret watchers, which is absolutely fine. We know we have plenty of those guys, and I love them, and I love you. Yeah, but for the people who are watching right now, comment, whereabouts are you? Are you still in lockdown? How are you feeling? Are you going a little bit crazy now? What area of your life is the biggest challenge? Is it homeschooling? Is it the cleaning? Is it the working? Is it the generating income? I mean, that might be a problem. Is it you're already investing in property and this is tough? But how do I do this? I mean, this stuff seems a bit crazy. Yeah. Is it your I seen an awesome post. I think I might have said this last week, but I'll say it again. Yeah, I seen an awesome post on Facebook. It's somebody has said, after the lockdown, you're either going to be a hunk, a chunk, or a drunk. Yeah.
Or all of the above.
Well, actually, yeah, maybe I could. I don't know how you're going to be a hunk and a chunk. I'm not sure how that's going to work.
You could be like a massive beast, like the Hulk could be called a chunk, but he's also
no. The Hulk, he's definitely a hunk. Yeah, for sure.
Like green.
No, for sure.
That green.
For sure, that guy's a hunk. Yeah. So let's see. Let's hit. I mean, I don't know. Is there any comments? Maybe it's not coming through on my side. Yeah. Maybe it's okay.
Yeah. So we've got Mr. Morley. Thank you so much for commenting. So keep sharing, get it everywhere, guys, because the thing is, we really want to know the opinion, because we know from our experience, based on our property deals, our refinances, our new deals going through, what's happening.
Totally destroyed. It's the end of an era. Don't invest in property. Don't do anything to do with property. It's game over, people. Look, lockdown's just been extended. They've just brought in all these rules, which means they can turn it up and down like a computer game. Yeah, if you've ever seen Tron, the film, yeah, they can turn you on or off at any time. Isn't that what you all just agreed to? You all just agreed to that, yes or no? Yeah, because if that's the case, then it's destroyed, isn't it? If we're all going to do as we're told. Like, look, I'm not saying break any rules. I'm not saying break any laws, for sure. Definitely not. Let me just say that again. I am not saying to break any laws. No, I will not be breaking any laws. No, not even if you try and persuade me, Trisha. I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, but what I am going to do is get the opinion of you guys and see what's the situation here. You know, what is it? Like, what is this situation? Is it for, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Is it a dream? You know, I was speaking to somebody in the personal development sector, and they said that they are not old enough to remember this, but they said they would speak to someone, even in 1929, during the Great Depression. Yeah, that's what that was called, during the Great Depression. Even then, I mean, apparently, it was bad. It was bad. That's why it was called the Great Depression. But still, people weren't locked inside of their homes. You know, they were still allowed to go out and do, you know, and see how they can see if they can create. So this is a whole new situation that people are dealing with. Wouldn't you agree?
It's a really tough circumstance, and I think what it is like they've said, in the millennial era, we've never experienced anything like this before. So for us, it's very, very out of our comfort zone to be told to stay inside, to be told.
I'm not sure that's entirely true. Yeah, especially for you, because you say you haven't experienced something like this. You were grounded by your parents on a number of occasions. Yeah, you are not. So that's still, you know, in fact, that's what we are. It's not lockdown. We're grounded. You've been grounded by the world's elite.
No pocket money for you.
No, that's, well, for some people, no. Isn't this true?
Like, so you're grounded, no pocket money.
That's it. You're not allowed any pocket money. Yeah, you're not allowed to, you know, you're not going to see your mates at work. You're not allowed to see your friends. No. You're not going to go play with your friends in your job. You're not allowed to do that. You have to stay at home. Oh my goodness. And if you are allowed out of detention, then you got to stay away from your friends because they're bad influences. You're a bad influence on each other. You got to stay away from each other. Isn't that what's going on right now?
That is basically what's happening. Yeah.
I mean, who can say any different? Is this a sensitive subject, by the way? I mean, look. Can I just put something out there? Yeah, I'm just being genuine. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe, you know, I'm just saying all of this stuff to kind of just let you be kind on me for what I'm going to say. But like, for those that know me, have been to train, have been coached by me, especially those people that, you know, follow the process and trust the process. You know, I don't beat around the bush. I just cut to the chase. We get to the place where we need to deal with whatever's going on, whether it is emotional, mental, you know, financial, your property journey, your coaching, your relationship, whatever it is, right? Yeah. And here's what I ask. Let's say you got coronavirus or COVID-19, whatever it is. There must be some kind of like chemical, or I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist here. There must be some kind of DNA, chemical, biological structure of what, or signature, yeah, of what it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you understand? Like, there must be some, like, you know, this is what it looks like on the element scale. Yeah. So all of these people that have died from coronavirus or COVID-19, where is the evidence that the exact, you know, chemical makeup is COVID-19 in these people that died? Where is that? I mean, maybe I've not been looking in the right places, but I don't see it anywhere. You know, so what I want to just put out there is, the question is, the title is, has COVID-19 destroyed the property market? Yeah, I think the frenzy is going to destroy a lot of things, but it's also going to create a lot of things, just like any situation. And that's why the principles of Discover Your True Potential, that's why we're doing a free training in a couple of weeks from now. Yeah, 2 hours. We're going to break it down exactly what it is that you need to be able to thrive in this type of situation. How, you know, like, there was a statistic, and I don't remember it exactly, but I'm just going to, you know, you'll get the point still. And that is that in the last recession, from the companies that were actually created and formed during that last recession, 50% of them, I mean, go check this up, because this is just a stat I heard. Yeah. And I had a quick look and it stacked up to me. 50% of them are on the Fortune 500 companies. I mean, is that a big thing or what? So what that tells me is that when things are going up, there are people who do well and there's people who not do well. You know, we all know that. You know, when the economy is on the rise, there's people who do excellent, good business is good, and there's people who are not doing so well. Would you agree with that, Trisha?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what about when things are going down? Yeah, there's people who don't do so well then, but there are also people who do extremely well. So you got to figure it out for yourself. What's my opportunity and what's my potential?
But you've got to look out opportunity as well, because I think naturally within any human being, our ability naturally is to adapt and naturally like evolve and do and change based on the circumstances. But it's like, what's happened to make people go against that natural beingness of something's changed, so now I need to evolve and adjust? Because naturally that's built into you. We always evolve, and sometimes it takes others longer than other people, but naturally you always will have to evolve based on what's going on out there in society. But it's like something's come up or has to have happened to stop people thinking for themselves enough to say, right, okay, I'm going to do this now because I can't deal with all this constant changing. So I need to take ownership of my own self, my own results, things like that. Because it's like they've got, well, it's the fear, isn't it, actually? It's the fear of maybe thinking they're going to fail, not knowing what to do, other people's opinions of them, all of these things that crop up all the time. Because some people in the Real Life Tribe, remember when either they started or we've got some new people that have just joined and they're like already doing so well, but they're like, oh, been following you guys for a couple of years, only just obviously joining and wish I'd have done it sooner. And I'm like, hey, why didn't you know what's going on? And it's like, well, I was scared, you know, what if it didn't work, or other people were saying, you know, who are these
on that
guys?
point, that's when things were going up, right? If you say the last, you know, few years things have been going up on the rise, people still don't want to move. People still don't want to take action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now people got the same excuse, but it's the same excuse when it was going up. But they're like, oh no, I'm not doing anything right now because it's going down. You know how it's unpredictable.
But now their excuse is, well, let's see what happens with the market. Let's see what happens after COVID. So before it was, let's see what happens after Brexit. And now Brexit is like totally ignored because of the COVID situation. Now it's like, let's see what happens after COVID. Let's see what happens after the marketplace. Nothing's even happened. Like banks, Adele was saying the other week, you know, the banks got loads of money and they want to lend. There's no issue economically. You know, people have been craving, if, you know, who wants an economic, you know, finance crash? Who wants this to happen? But everyone is like desperate for it to happen by manifesting it and talking about it all the time when there was no signs or signals to say that it was coming, other than, oh, every so many years generally there is a market crash. That's great and everything, but if you want to focus on it, it will expand and it will actually happen. So everything was absolutely fine. Brexit had happened, but you know, the economy was adjusting to it. Everyone was happy. We were finding new ways, evolving, adjusting to what do we do next. And then COVID hit. And then nothing was said about the economic crisis or anything like that. But then now COVID is starting to tailor off, and we've got over our peak, as Boris said yesterday. Now they're saying online about.
Excuse me. Hold on. The peak of what?
Well, exactly. I mean, but this is what they're saying. So now that's kind of happening.
Because this is going to have a big impact on how people, you know, operate. The peak of what?
The peak of new cases being, you know, made aware of. So new people having COVID more.
That's the question. Okay, peak of new cases based on what? What is it? Is it you take this I don't know what the right word is. Is there a correct word, like chemical, DNA, biological structure of coronavirus or COVID-19, yeah, and then this is a case, yeah, this is the one here, this is I'm a case. Is there an exact, you know, makeup and matchup of this? Is there? You know, because I think if we base the numbers off that, I mean, just you guys, people who have got multiple devices available right now, apparently there's like 31,000 people in the UK died from this virus. Well, like how many people died from the flu? Is it just
27,000 people last year died from influenza?
Yeah, well, maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. Anyway, here's my point. This is what I want to say.
Realizes if it is or not.
Right, it's just like, I need to say something right now. Before I forget, I need to say something. I'll literally remove you from this if you don't do that. Yeah. So listen. Here's look. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Look. Yeah. Don't mess with me. I'm in control. Yeah. So here's the thing. Yeah. What I'm saying is, Whether you're going up or down, people have got an excuse, people have got moves to make, and there's always something happening. Yeah. So what I was saying before is, the question is, has it destroyed the property market? It's going to be down to you. There is a property market, but there's always something happening. Money is being made when everything is going up. Money is being made when everything is going down. Money is being made when everything's going sideways. So it's going to come down to your marketplace. What's happening in your property market? We could even say there is no the property market, because and people are going to be like, what are you talking about, Mark? Of course there's a property market. You know, there's average prices of this, there's average price of that. Yeah, okay, I get it. That's like saying there's an economy. But listen, don't fall for the lies that you've been told, or that you perceive that, oh, if that's like saying, and I love Joe Dispenza, I heard him say this line the other week. Yeah. So that's like saying, oh, that person made me angry. Now I know people do that. You know, I've done I was like that situation. Yeah. And Joe Dispenza says, if I hear people saying that, you know what I do is I'll go, oh, there you go again. Just dropping into unconscious program, just running automatically again. And if you think about it, that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. You're running these subconscious and unconscious programs that you have been led to believe by the media. Yeah, even by the government. Yeah, look, that's only their view on it. Do they have all of the data? I don't think so. Nobody has all of the data. Yeah, so it's going to be what you do in your situation. I mean, from where the only thing I see is people being freaked out and being a little bit miserable, not talking to each other in the shop. I mean, that's the only thing I can see that's different. Like if I go out of here, everything else, apart from, okay, you're not allowed to go out, you got to play by these rules. Yeah, apart from that, if I remove myself from that consciousness of falling into that, like that's why I had to shave. You know, I fell into the trap of saying to myself, you know, I'm going to shave my beard off when the lockdown's over. Like, what am I doing? This is crazy. I fell for the trap. No, I fell for it. I fell for it.
That's funny. Do you remember, like, so you always used to have a clean shaven, and then you did Movember, and then it looked so nice and we liked it that you were like, yeah, I'm going to keep it. Do you remember that's how your beard came about? You never used to have one.
Well, yeah, but I'm not sure what relevance that has to what we're talking about right now.
Because it's like a fad thing. So you decided to grow it until the end of November for Movember.
Is that what happened when you were a child? Like, you grew your hair and then your mum used to cut like that boy haircut, and then after it grew a little bit, you was like, oh wow, actually it looks better when it grows, so now I'm going to grow it. And now you've just kept it. Is that the same thing or not?
No, I'm just saying, you said you were going to cut it after lockdown, and it's like, yeah, then that's another situation. Anyway, what I was saying before about like Boris and stuff, I totally get where you're coming from, because it's like we go from one crazy media freak everyone out to the next. So we had Brexit. I've just realised.
Well, I think he's delivering a speech good, right?
Yeah, no, he is. No, I'm not saying. Listen.
But where does that message come from? Is the question.
Wait, so I listened to him.
I don't think he'd come up with it himself.
My thought process is he's definitely reading it off teleprompter. I mean, you can tell, but actually, you know, I've been really quite proud of Boris and how he's dealt with a lot of things recently. Apart from, you know, there's the odd situation where I'm like, but actually, it's being received very well. But my thought process is we've had these 3 disaster things happen very recently. So the first one was the Brexit saga that was making everyone panic, businesses, what's going to happen then, now, wholesale, this, that, and the other. And then they went to COVID, and it was like massive pandemic and scare everyone and lock everyone in their houses and, you know, create this weird social anxiety and depression in a lot of people losing their jobs, having, you know, these crazy up and down feelings, lots of things like that. And then now that he said that we've got over this peak, which, like you said, what peak and what's the proof around anything? I'm not saying it is or it isn't effective, true, whatever. So I'm not saying right or wrong or anything. But what I am saying is I've just noticed that we've gone from Brexit to COVID to now the news and media are massively talking about the that we are going to have the worst economic crash that we've had in 300 years. I mean,
3,000 years. Let's just pick a number out of the sky. 3 million years.
But that's what I mean. I listened to it. I went,
hold on. If you're finding this very interesting, let us know in the comments. First of all, let us know. Say, yeah, let us know. Let us know what's going on. I mean, is this cool? Is this wrong? Should we stop talking about this? And then start tagging some people. I want as many of you to tag as many other people as possible so we can get this message out there. We want to talk about this. We want to bring this to the forefront of people's minds so we can have our own view on it. Yeah, I'm not telling you anything. I'm not, you see a lot of videos, you see a lot of articles, they say, oh, this. Well, I don't know about Trisha, but I'm not telling you anything. I'm just saying, why don't you think about this? Why don't you think of it from this point of view? Like, what is it you're being led to believe? Even Trisha now has just come up with another statement. I mean, why is it going to be that? And let me ask you this then. If it's going to be the worst economic downturn, why? You could just open everything up right now. So that means something is happening in the background where it's already been pre-decided of what's going to happen. It's already been pre-decided of how long the lockdown is going to be, or how long you're going to, or what measures they're going to do to stop businesses. Small businesses are going to be the ones that get hit the most. Yeah. To keep the engines running, keep their employees going. I mean, a lot of businesses and a lot of people which they are employed by these businesses, they're living month to month. Wasn't it? We were when we were recording TV in London with a couple of guys, and one of them was like, yeah, I got an estate agency, and they say, I don't know if this is true, they say any estate agent is only 3 bad months away from being bust. Well,
yeah, I remember that.
So let me ask you guys, are you going to do I mean, are some comments going through, Trisha? Because I don't know if I'm seeing it on this side.
Yeah. So Byron was the last comment. So he's saying create our own economy, and where's the real data?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. This is what shocked me, because you were telling me about lots of research and things that you were reading and seeing about COVID and Brexit and all that when we were talking about that. But I had this huge realization that it comes in threes. And it went from Brexit to COVID, and now they're saying worst economic crash. But it hasn't happened yet. It's like, what are they manifesting to everybody and creating this panic for? Because I feel like that's what it is. Those 3 things created a lot of panic and a lot of, argument between the societies, because you've got people that are for it, people that are against it, which there always is going to be. But this is something that they're publicly making people speak up. Like somebody would, some people don't normally speak up when it comes to certain opinions, like politics and stuff like that. Yeah, do you agree with this party? Do you not agree with this party? Some people don't have an opinion about it at all, right? But like COVID, everybody's got an opinion because everybody's been affected in some way.
Who's got an opinion? I'm not. I think people are scared to talk about it. There's the very few that come up here and have courage, let's say. There's very few people, but the rest of the people, they're not really saying what they think. They're all sitting there like, oh, well, if that's what you say. But I don't want to say anything out of turn because someone will think I'm disrespectful if I say something because of people with low immune systems or ill health people and all the rest of it. Maybe that's the wake-up call that everybody's been waiting for, to get yourself healthy. Wait there, Trisha. Isn't it true that let's say there is a virus. I'm not sure whether there is, unless you can show me some evidence. There may be a virus. I mean, I don't know. But what I do know is if people are healthy, if people are taking care of their well-being, their health, their physical health, their vitality, eating the right foods, make sure they're on the right diet, giving their body what it needs rather than all this processed garbage and all the rest of it, isn't it true? This is what they say. I don't know. Isn't it true that they're not really going to be affected? They're just going to be able to brush it off. They're going to be able to brush any illness off, just like normal. So traveling, like I remember going to Tony Robbins, and I don't know if it was at his event or some other thing where I heard him say this. He said, look, your body is an environment. Yeah. You don't actually catch colds. You don't catch virus. You don't catch the flu. What you do with your environment, which is your body, you create an environment where these things can live. And if these things can live here, then they can start to cause problems. So if you're living in toxicity in your body, you're not taking care of your body, you're not moving around, you're not putting the right stuff in it, you're not eating enough plants. Let's face it, you need to eat plants. If you look back to the gladiator days, these are plant-based eaters, baby. People are, oh yeah, meat, I need to eat meat, I like a good meat because it's got good protein in it. Well, let me ask you, when you eat the meat, where does the protein come from? From the animal. You're eating the middleman because it comes from plants anyway. Oh yeah, but if I want to be strong, I can't be strong eating plants. I just look outside and look at a horse that is super strong. This is a race horse, and all that does is eat plants. Yeah, so I don't know why I started talking about that stuff, but I think really what I'm talking about is the health factor. If you are healthy, right? Yeah, then you're not going to have any problem. So isn't this a wake-up call? Maybe it's a wake-up call. Maybe people don't like this. Maybe people don't like the wake-up call. Like if we're all healthy, maybe we could actually just go out there and there's going to be no problem. Yeah. So I think this is what you got to consider, and this is why, again, discovering your true potential financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, tapping into all these areas are absolutely key. Because all of these areas, when you really tap into your true power, it doesn't matter what's going on. If you want to blame this or blame that, you actually realize, wow, let me take care of what's going on here, and let me find other people who want to take care of what's going on, who are still going to go out there, do property deals, still going to make sure banks are lending, still keep other people in jobs, still run businesses that are sound because they know how to manage the business, because they're operating at discovering, because that's what it's about. It's about discovering. That's what I'm going to love about this training we're going to do in a couple of weeks. Yeah, do you know what I love about it? I'm not going to be able to. I mean, I'm going to bring some principles to the table. I'm not going to tell anybody what their true potential is. Who am I to tell someone what their true potential is? But what we're going to be doing is some exercises and some processes so you discover it. Yeah, and discovery is an expansion of your awareness, which is expansion of consciousness. And we are, as human beings, you know, this body we live in. Beyond that, we are infinite consciousness. You know, we are pure love, and this is really what it is that we need. You know, we need this now. So guys, are you going to be brave enough to start commenting on this video here? Let me know your thoughts. Are you thinking, oh wow, if it's on the internet, it's in print here? I think this is a bit of a subject, isn't it? If people are a bit worried about what to say, even Trish is a little worried and stuff, what to say. And you be very careful what you're saying, yeah. But why don't you tag some people? Let's tag some people.
No, I think I'm genuinely just sharing a very new feeling I have over an opinion, because it was literally the only couple of days ago or something that I saw the news come up, because I don't watch it anymore, and then they were talking about this economic crisis and stuff, and I was just like, what is going on? What are they trying to do with this whole this thing? And I just realized, it's like, that's the third thing now that is trying to keep us in this panic state, because it's like, oh, people are getting fed up and they're actually ignoring the lockdown rules, and they've started going out and meeting people and doing whatever they want anyway, and realize that actually they're fine and they can just keep continuing to do that. So therefore the panic isn't quite high enough. So let's throw something else in there by saying there's going to be the worst economic crash in 1,000,000 years. Like, first of all, how can you prove that? What's the data? It hasn't.
Well, let me ask you. If they don't open up society, so restaurants, bars, you know, shops, businesses can open where employees work to get paid. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen if they keep it locked?
I get the fact that economically there is a big bad situation happening.
Why is that though?
Because people aren't functioning, they aren't open, they're not able to make business and trade. But
let's have the discussion, and let's ask each other some questions right now. Yeah. So the question I want to ask you, based on you just said, where's the data? So I'm asking. Yeah. I don't know where the data is, but what do you think if they don't let school? How long can people who relied on having their children at school so they could work and make money or do the things that they need, how long can they carry on, yeah, if the schools are not open?
Well, obviously they can't work, or they have to work from home. That's the situation. He's saying if you can work from home, you must, but if you can't, then you can go to work. But they're starting with like builders and manufacturing places and things like that.
Tick.
Pardon?
Tick, yeah, builders, they can go to it. Thank you very much.
Manufacturing places, so supplying materials and things like that for builders,
Yeah,
construction.
right now they can go.
Yeah, right. Well, from Wednesday.
Why Wednesday?
It just said from Wednesday.
Oh, we need to make sure we
on the announcement.
have a long bank holiday first.
But then they're saying, aren't they, that by July, schools and hospitality, like bars and restaurants and stuff, at the earliest by the 4th of July, at the very earliest, it will be opening. So we know we've probably got
I can't go to a vegan restaurant until the 4th of July.
It's saying at the earliest, the earliest that they will be open is the 4th of July, and that is only if we continue to decline in the amount of new cases.
It's a good job that I just started this new health and wellness journey to be able to fill myself with the nutrients that I need. Do you know what I realized is? The difference between giving my body what it needs and being emotionally addicted to food. Has anyone else noticed that between themselves? Because if not, you need to jump on this wellness journey, health and wellness. Do you think you could survive even a property, or what do you call it? Economic crisis, downturn, blast, depression, death? I don't know.
Market crash.
Market crash. Do you think you could do that because I'll tell you something. Here's a question. What is physical health and well-being got to do with your mindset?
Everything.
Like, explain. What do you mean?
Because if you're not in the best physical health, then it affects your mindset. Like, you can't take care of yourself properly if you're not physically well and energetic. And
would you say it's that way around, or the other way around? That if your mindset's not right, then you don't take care of yourself?
Mindset comes first, in my opinion, because mindset is everything. But definitely the next thing would be the physical aspect, because I had the financial side of freedom, and I had my physical, but then I stopped doing that, and then I felt worse mentally and everything when I stopped.
What was it down to, though? Was it down to the physical, or was it down to the mental?
Both.
Yeah,
but the mindset was definitely way, way more important, because the moment I worked on the mindset, it gave me then the courage and the cojones to say, right, I need to start working out again. I need to put these plans in place. I need to take these actions. I need to do this routine. I need to eat this way.
So what you're saying is really in this current situation, what's the first thing that somebody needs to work on?
Their mindset.
And if they do that, what happens?
Then it will have a knock-on effect to help them physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, financially, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, just for example,
where's the data for this though?
I'm a real life example. I can just give it real life now. So I had my financial freedom, but then because I wasn't working on my mindset and my physical health, but predominantly my mindset, like I didn't have a coach for, it was like 6 months, I went boom down, because I was just like going through so much rubbish in my head. And actually, that's one of the biggest life-changing 6 months I've ever had. So like, more changed in my life over those 6 months than in years, in like the last 10 years. Like, some of the biggest things in life changes happened for me, and I did not have a coach working through that with me. So when like these big changes happened, I was a mess. I was eating whatever and I was either not eating at all. So I went through the fact of like not hardly eating anything. And I was like malnourished and getting full of spots and really skinny. And then I had no energy, which then affected my businesses, which then affected my mood, which affected my business partners and people I was working with. It affected my ability to take action, having good integrity, doing things that I said I was going to do. I was like, I can't be bothered, I'm tired. And like totally mind fart all over the place. And then when I introduced the coach, when I got the new coach, it was like, I have to stay accountable for myself. I have to realize what it was doing to me. You know, what eating these kind of foods, what drinking these kind of drinks, what not having enough sleep, what not knowing what my goals are. Of course, I'm not going to be focused and know where I'm going if I don't know where I'm at. Like where I'm at right now, I need to understand why I am where I am. That it's good. That if it's bad, if it's this and that, I need to heal it. I need to work through the bad experiences in my life to, you know, clear them away so that I can make room for the new, because you're full up. So like we're full up of a series of lots of events in our life, lots of events that have happened over our life. And these things are like scars, and until you can heal them properly, they will keep stopping you and giving a stumbling block every time you decide to move forward. Something really powerful that's like a big, you know, bang to me again, just from being back on coaching and stuff, is that I am 100% responsible for the results or lack of results that I get.
Did anyone else tell you that at any point?
Well, it's not about, you know, massaging anybody's ego. It's about saying this.
It's not about ego. What I want to.
I think we should focus on realizations now and what's happening now rather than past, because it doesn't exist.
Well, what I could do is I could focus on asking the question I want to ask rather than you telling me what question to ask.
But yeah, I've heard that before.
Because it gets a little bit uncomfortable. You got to work through it, right?
No, I've heard it before, though. Yeah, you're right.
What have you heard before?
That I'm 100% responsible for the results or lack of results that I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So now, so we can help everybody. What was blocking you? You know, even if like you heard something, because look, people are reading quotes online, they're watching YouTube videos, they're probably even invested in some programs and all the rest of it. They're going to go on some trainings. But what is the block? Like, even when you're hearing these messages, why are you not listening to them? Or maybe that's, I mean, like, let me hear it from you. Like, I just want to know from you. I can say my situation, but I want to hear from you.
So for me, I stopped listening to them. I wasn't reading. I wasn't listening to quotes. I wasn't going to any development training or anything like that, which I'd been doing for like 3 years. I wasn't implementing what I knew. So it was my responsibility. It was my fault that I was where I was, and I was feeling like I was.
Yeah, but you were still carrying on, and you were still doing things. We were still investing in property, still working in the business, all of that stuff.
I was doing everything, and I just threw myself into the business, but I wasn't working on my mindset or my growth or dealing with the challenges that I had. And then I allowed my personal life struggles to overcome everything about me.
Yeah.
So that had the knock-on effect, and the result was, you know, things broke down.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so you're saying things broke down, but like, what was the, like, because you carried on doing things. So what was it that was happening while you were doing that? Did you feel that you're at capacity? Did you feel like you were still doing everything that you could? Like, what was in your mindset then?
Overwhelm, doubt, fear.
Yeah, but you kept going, and like and because you're a very optimistic and positive person, that was still in you. So what was the operation of daily life, even like with the fear, but then you're telling yourself it's okay, with the doubt, but then you say, I'm going to go and take this action, you know, then.
Well, do you think, are you saying because I still carried on regardless?
Well, you were still, I don't know what you call it, doing stuff, busy,
I was still getting
action.
But I was operating at a level of like 40% of my potential for certain.
But at the time, how much did you think you was operating at in terms of what you could do?
100%.
You thought you were 100% capacity. Yeah. And here's the thing, and this is why it's so fantastic that everything happens in the order. Yeah, because obviously we've been waiting a while and it's been planned. And, you know, a lot of people are registered, already purchased tickets, programs and stuff for Discovery True Potential and all the rest of it. Yeah, but look, we've just been discussing here, like, what is it? Is it the property market? Is it going to be destroyed? Is it your economy? Is it you? Is it your mindset? Is it your physical health? Like, whatever it is. We've just been discussing that right now. So the only way that you're going to know for you is to tap into you. Isn't it true? Like, you got to tap into yourself. You got to tap into your mindset.
To negativity from people that aren't even doing it for themselves, or if they are doing it and they're failing because they don't listen to people and they just take action irrespective of due diligence fact, Stop listening to them, for crying out loud.
Yeah, but isn't that just surface? Isn't that just surface level? What you're talking about here?
People are using COVID and stuff like that to say, oh no, there's going to be a massive crash. Can't invest in property. It's not going to work for me. How do you know? We know that people are always going to need a place to live. It's either a hold or sell strategy or both. You just need to do your due diligence.
Surface level. Yeah, but now you're going surface level again. Like what we're making progress.
The mindset deeper.
You're talking about business development, technical development. Yeah, you're talking about what you were just struggling with for the last however many months. Yeah, go and take the action. Go out there in the marketplace. How can people go out there in the marketplace when they already feel worn out? They feel fearful. They're scared. They're not fulfilled. They don't know what it is that they're doing. And there's different gradients of this. There's the gradients of the people who are like at the verge of giving up. Yeah, there's those people. Then there's the other people who kind of feel it, but they're operating. And I think you was a mixture of some of that. Like you were feeling it, but you were still operating. So on the surface, it looks like you're busy. And then you convince yourself that you're doing 100% of what you can do. And then you start saying stuff like, I'm doing my best. I'm trying, I don't know if this is working or not. What do you want from me? Like all of this starts coming up from all of the other people that might be associated with you and because then relationships break down, whether it's, with just anybody. I'm talking about relationships. I'm not talking about intimate relationships, although that is included. I'm talking about all relationships. Anytime that you speak with someone else, you're forming or not forming some kind of relationship. Does that make sense? Yeah. So this is why playing the game at surface level, which is what the media is doing right now, which is why there's not even any depth on what the fact is. Is there any depth on what the fact is here? What's the depth on what this situation is? What's the depth of the economy? How are you going to get under the surface? How are you going to figure out what's really going on in your mind? Because everything you want to tell yourself, that's not really where you're playing the game from. Consciously, when you say, right, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling right now, really the actions you take or you don't take are coming from the subconscious. So what are the files in the mind? What are the seeds that have been sown lately? Not good ones. So the question is, how do you get in there and discover the Garden of Eden in your mind? Because I think 100% is the mindset. Spiritual potential is very powerful if you can get into that. Some people think it's a bit woo-woo. Yeah, then there's the other aspect of it, the emotional. Yeah, the emotions are your guidance. People say, pick on formula. I say it myself when we're doing in property, it's like use formulas. Don't use your emotion or your feeling. That is true. But you need to know how to tap into your emotions to be able to use it as your guidance when you are then using like law of attraction and the law of increasing returns and the habit of doing more than what you're paid for. Like, how do you know you're on the right track? Yeah. How do you know that it's going to work for you? How do you know that, oh, wow, like the way I feel right now, like I was saying before, like I've been on this, health and wellness plan now for 7 days. This is the 7th day. And in this, the first week, I can now very clearly distinguish, does my body need something or am I emotionally addicted to food based on chocolate makes me feel better. Based on, oh, it's lunchtime, I need to be eating food. Oh, food tastes nice, so let me eat more of it. Yeah, is that, I can clearly distinguish. Am I just emotionally addicted, sometimes passing the time? And people who maybe smoke or, maybe have a drink and like do these things on a regular basis, you'll probably be able to relate here. It's like, sometimes you just do this to pass the time, if you break it down. Yeah, that's an emotional.
How do you feel in regards to, because like you were eating good stuff.
I was, but for the past 4 weeks.
But your body was
crap.
So because when you eat like high amounts of sugar, and sugar comes in like savory foods, I'm not talking about like sweet things, I'm talking about like crap foods that contain a lot of sugar. And when you stop eating those things, you have almost withdrawals, like your body goes into a bit of shock to.
But does it?
This.
But does it? Is
that's when you like craving, you start getting headaches.
Okay, so let me ask you. You're talking about cravings and you're filling your mind with all this story about that.
Yeah, because what?
Let me explain that. Let me explain.
Wait. Nutrition advice is when you've had this kind of diet, which is rubbish food, drink, sweets, everything for so long. Then when you stop and you go into this healthy stuff, which is really good. I mean, I'm not saying this is not a bad thing. So let me just go through it. You have symptoms like headaches, bloatedness, all of these kind of things. And it's not forever. It's just for a period of time at the beginning where your body's kind of going, whoa.
You see, look, this is deep. This is deep. First of all, you just said this is nutritional advice. Well, then tell me what nutritionist gave this advice and says this stuff. Number one. Yeah. Number two is this headache thing, huh?
Gillian McKeith.
Yeah, but where's the data? Yeah, so hold on a second. Let me tell you something. This is where people fall for the surface level crap. What it is, your mind knows how to take you out of the game. Your mind knows how to take you out of the game. I'll give it so much so that, like, when people are put in uncomfortable situations, rather than admit they're being taken out of the game, they come up with a legitimate reason of why they need to stop or leave the room or leave the situation or walk out or do whatever. Yeah, because their mind knows that if they come up with that story, it's going to take them out. Like, if you're the type of person that if you are sick, that's it, game over, you're not going to work. So for people who are not fulfilled at work in their job and all the rest of it, if they are sick, you might have just, like, I don't know, curdled something in your stomach and it just needs to come out. You're not ill. But if you're the kind of person that sickness takes you out, it's because you don't want to go to work. Your mind knows how to take you out. If you're the kind of person that goes, oh, if I've got a headache, boom, I'm stopping what I'm doing. So if you don't like what you're doing and you start to get a little bit of a headache. So this is the thing. If you're the kind of person, that actually says, no, I need to eat, I need to drink this coffee, I need to have this chocolate, I need to have this, oh, it's withdrawal symptoms, that's why I'm feeling bad. If you're the kind of person,
it doesn't mean you should just have it again.
No, but this is your mind. Yeah, but this is your mind, because your willpower is strong, especially in the morning. But if you keep being beaten by this way of thinking all day long, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to go, oh, just one biscuit, don't matter. I've been good all day. So
I'm going to treat myself.
Yeah, I'm going to treat myself. Oh my goodness, are you stupid? Now you're rewarding yourself for doing something that's not actually good. This is crazy. So look, let me tell you one thing. Trisha, put the link in for Discover Your True Potential, because on the 20th of May, at 7:00, something very important is going to happen. And that is that you're going to have the mechanism, the process, and a new understanding. Yeah. Look, this is a game changer. This has been a while in the making, and this is 2 hours of intensity. So only show up if you want to go through some intensity in terms of, wow, this is going to be some big realizations. I really need to figure this stuff out. I need to have the mindset. Usually in a conversation, one person stops talking and then the other person stops.
Some people have just logged on, because I'm seeing lots of people joining now. So what Mark's talking about is a new program that is absolutely mind-changing, life-changing. Discover Your True Potential. We've just put the link in there. So
there's going to be a video by tomorrow. There'll be a video on that page. Yeah, it's not there right now, but there'll be a video on that page by tomorrow. But anyway, like, even it tells you.
What is Discover Your True Potential and what is this to register for?
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you think you're at potential? You have to watch this video that was just done, because that's what's led us here. That's why we're talking about this right now. Yeah, but the truth is, are you operating at your true potential? Number one, you don't know what your true potential is. You don't know what it is. I certainly cannot tell you what it is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and great, Liliana. It's about studying yourself. Yeah, it's about understanding what is the law of attraction. What is manifesting? What is manifestation? What is bringing things into my life? Because I'll tell you something, it's working whether you know about it or not, whether you believe in it or not, like the law of gravity works. Our 2-year-old doesn't know about law of gravity, but it still works. It keeps her on the floor most of the time. Yeah, so then the question is, how do you build the confidence and the beliefs to go out and achieve your dreams? Whatever it is, What is your dreams? You want more? You want property to have financial freedom? You want to just get through this time? You know, you need to create more income. You know, you need to figure out your love life, you know, because that's tough. Yeah, you need to get into physical health and have a good well-being. Like, what is it? What area? What it is? How to have abundance in all areas. You know, people say, oh, you can only have this or you can have this. You know, you can only have the money or you can have, you know, the social stuff, or you can have the free time. But the question is, my friends, are these people who are discovering their true potential? Because the last thing you want to do is compare yourself to somebody else. And that's the trap. You compare yourself to somebody else, then guess what happens? Then guess what happens? You're like, oh, well, I'm doing better than this person, so, you know, I'm good.
And don't think either that this is just for property people. This is for everybody. Discover Your True Potential is for everybody that is not currently living, breathing demonstration of their true potential, because nobody really knows what it is. You have to constantly study yourself, work on yourself, grow yourself, work on your mindset, have a coach, someone pushing you, keeping you accountable, being there to help you process things that happen in your life, because it's not always a great day. It's not always.
Yeah, you see, like, not everyone's going to have that coaching. Yeah, or being advantage of the coaching. And what people need to understand is, what are the principles first? There are literally laws on how things work in this physical universe. Like, there's money rules. Are there money rules? Yeah, of course there are. Are there rules of how to be healthy? Yeah, of course. You know, eat good stuff, move around, and you know, and then they're the rules. Mentally, is there? Emotionally and spiritually, is there? Yes, there are. There are laws, and these principles are going to be discussed. Let's put that in there. Let's get you guys registered. Share this link. I'm telling you, this is going to be the game changer. This 2 hours you give yourself for this 2 hours, absolutely free. Oh my goodness, you're going to see what's going to go in there. You're going to see what's going to happen. This is not just some surface level stuff. No, we're going to go deep. I'm going to give you, there's going to be principles. This is training. This is not a webinar of like, oh, webinar, let me just, you know, show you some slides and have a look. No, this is actual training, which means you're doing. You know, if you're training in the gym, do you just go there and look at the equipment and talk about it? Oh, hey, look at the equipment. Maybe one day, if I, you know, actually used it, I might do something. This is actual training. When you go to the gym and you train, this is training. Yeah. And what we're going to do in 2 hours, you can't even understand. Yeah. If you're going to give yourself to it, if you just want to show up and play half-hearted, yeah, maybe not. You might have some realizations, but if you're going to come and give yourself to this, yeah, this isn't about either. I don't want, you know, hordes and hordes and hordes of people just showing up to this. I want people who are committed. I want people who are like, yeah, I want to figure this out. I want to figure myself out. I want to create my own property market. I want to create my own economy. Yeah, and I'm going to do that by discovering my true potential. You can't get away from that. You can't get away from that. We talk about doing the right thing for the right reason. That's the only way you're going to discover your true potential. That's what we talk about. But you know, now you need to go deeper. How do you do this? How are you going to make this work for yourself? How are you going to make this a part of your daily activity, your habits? What are the steps? What is it you got to understand? Because where there's missing knowledge, manifestation will not happen. And if it does happen, like when I say it does not happen, I mean the way you want it to. Because the truth is, the law of attraction is always working. So what you've got in your life, you attracted that. Yeah, but people don't want to admit that. But if you have this understanding and you start to discover your potential, then you can actually start operating on the right side of this law. When I say right side, I mean getting the things that you want. And you'll be amazed at the supersonic speed that it can actually come into. Yeah, so get yourself registered on here and let us know when you're registered, and do start commenting, letting us know, because it's super important. I'll tell you something, for the people going on to the Real Life Tribe Mastermind straight after here, look, for the last few weeks, a lot of the things have been around.
Like manifesting hairdressers opening before July.
Oh, you see?
Manifesting. Yeah, I need that in my life.
Really think I was asking. Yeah. So
yeah, some that's a nice treat for themselves that when they work very hard.
What is?
Getting the hair done. For women, it's quite a profound thing.
You sexist. How dare you be so sexist?
Your hair looks the same. Your hair looks the same as if you've been to the hairdressers.
Maybe I'm just better at doing my hair than you.
I know I can't shave it. I'm not number one on it. I'm gonna do a Britney. That's what you want, isn't it? You all want to see me do a Britney and go, like, can you imagine?
Yes, of course. Discover Your True Potential is for the people who are committed. So if that's people in the tribe, out the tribe, I mean, everyone on the tribe, you're going to benefit from being there. It's going to catapult you forward. It's actually going to, it's going to absolutely blow your mind with all the other stuff that you guys have been trained on and you know through Property World Turbo and the other programs that we're doing and you guys have been doing and the coaching. It's going to absolutely take to the next level. People outside, this is a good chance for you to see yourself in a different light. And more importantly and exciting is to see the world in a different light.
Just to see the world in a different light. So a comment which says obviously what the name of the program is and the link. So put that on the screen so people don't get lost in the comments.
What this?
Yeah.
Discover Your True Potential. 2-hour training. This next it's on the 20th of May, 7 o'clock. You've got to get registered. If you don't get this, is a private training where proper processes and exercises are going to be happening. So make sure you're coming all game on. Yeah, all game on. Because if not, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, all right, also I'm going to leave that there. Yeah, so that's it. So look, Real Life Tribe Mastermind is in 3 minutes. So you got time for a quick break. Get yourself back in there if you're in the Real Life Tribe. If not, look, still, we want to put things on. We want to support you through this time, support you in this lockdown, the extended, the uncertainty, the fear, the doubt, the worry. How do you deal with it? You deal with it by discovering your true potential. As easy as it is, and I keep saying it, but it just works every time. Why? Because don't you think if you discover your true potential, you'll be able to figure it out? If you figured out the stuff that you don't know yet about yourself and about the game of how it works. Because here's the thing, everyone's looking for the quick win. Everyone's looking for the strategy. Everyone's looking for the, because you can know, and the last thing I'm going to say, you can know all there is to know about property, stocks, online marketing, drop shipping, multi-level marketing, all of this stuff. You can know all of that. Yeah, but if the one thing you're not in line with, in alignment, is this mind here and the thoughts, which is the pivotal tool on discovering your true potential, then none of the rest of it is ever going to work, ever. And some of you might be able to relate to that. Yeah, you have ups and downs. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you're getting paid. Sometimes you're not getting paid. Well, there it is, guys. I want to gift you that. And it's literally going to, if you give yourself to it, you can't just show up and then be watching EastEnders in the background. That's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. So only show up if you're ready to really commit to this and make this happen. They're the kind of people that I want to be full flowing, giving themselves to the process and really go all out, people. So thank you so much for joining us. What a great discussion that was. That was some crazy stuff. Yes or yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so thank you so much, team. Real life people, you need to be getting in the mastermind right now. So we didn't give you much of a break, but hey, like, we want to build endurance, want to build muscle. So remember, guys, do the right thing for the right reason. Only way you're going to discover your true potential. Much love to you. See you soon.